Coming right up is Media News number
166.
Oh, it's going to be a biblical proportions, this Media News. We're going to talk about Candyland. Yeah, you might have thought that Candyland was dead, but no, it's not. It's coming back. It got picked up by somebody. Also, they're remaking Death Wish, and we have an actor who may be the star of it, who you will not believe. You will not believe who they might pick for Death Wish. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about the Bible. Moses is coming your way by Steven Spielberg, but it's going to be far down the line, but it's coming your way. And... the Gladiator is going to be Noah. We're going to tell you all about that coming right up. Here at Alternate Reality, we have always believed that kids are the future of this industry, and that's why I have the largest kids selection of any other store anywhere. Come on down to Alternate Reality and you'll find comics and trade paperbacks on Pixar characters like Toy Story and Cars, Muppets, Disney, Simpsons, DC and Marvel characters, of course, like Tiny Titans, Scooby-Doo, Spider-Man, and Marvel superheroes. I also have a large selection of girls comics and girls-related trade paperbacks, as well as illustrated classics and a whole lot more. Readers are leaders, so come on down to Alternate Reality with your little one and pick up some comics that both of you can enjoy.
They huff and they puff, and they tell tales of common interest. Here's JR and Comic Book Man with Media News. Hey, can we start calling them Huff and Puff? Because that would be cool. Here's Huff and Puff with Media News. I like it.
It's Squeezel, the weasel you can squeeze. Media News, episode 166. France at a glance.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for...
Media News!
Media News! And Media News is coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. That is a neighborhood in the city of Chicago.
Is it?
Alternate Reality, where all new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. This is Media News. And JR.
Pregnant pause.
JR.
I don't know where this place is at. Alfred brings
Pause
me.
for effect.
JR.
Yes? Yes?
What is the greatest book in Western literature?
Twilight.
Yes. It's no Twilight edition. No! The greatest book in Western literature is, of course,
The Bibble?
the Bible.
Yes.
The Bible. The Holy Bible. The
Yes.
Holy Bible. Whatever edition of it you like best.
And
King,
this is your all
King
Bible
James,
edition.
Good News,
Yeah.
Mormon. Well, maybe not Mormon.
Satanic.
Satan. No,
No?
not that one.
Why not?
It's the end of Satanic.
Oh,
I like the
you,
one written by.
You go to your church and I'll go to mine.
I like the one written by Kurt Vonnegut.
The Bible has been used in more movies than God can shake a stick at, and it's not over.
No.
Hollywood is going to plunder the Bible yet again for even more celluloid entertainment.
You're probably saying they have a Bible Media News store.
Oh,
We not only have one Bible.
we have two.
It's a big week for the Bible.
First up, though.
Yes.
First up
Oh.
is the story that
Excellent.
mimics Gilligan's Island. The SS Minnow. The SS Noah's Ark.
Are you talking about? Are you
Yes.
talking about?
Yes.
Are you talking about?
That one.
Oh,
right
you're
there.
talking. Oh. Okay, I was confused.
The one at the top of the
I see.
page, it says Noah's Ark.
I
You're the one with the LASIK surgery.
Don't spill it. Don't spill the
Oh,
beans about
we just know this off the top of our
two
heads.
Bible stories. Two, count them, two.
We covered that territory.
Yeah, oh, did we?
First
I'm
one.
old.
First up, Noah.
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 Remember that?
We've got to
Bill
drag
Cosby?
this son of a bitch forward one way or another.
Well, okay, no. Darren Aronofsky, who did Black Swan last year, the Oscar-nominated Black Swan, and who was going to direct Wolverine Origins 2 because he was Hugh Jackman's first choice.
He was.
Yeah. Until Aronofsky looked at the script and said,
No.
"No, not a chance. If I can't rewrite this bad boy, I
No.
Well, he's got his next project, and that next project is Noah.
Really? I didn't know.
Simply titled Noah. Yeah, it's a big surprise.
I
for
didn't
all of us.
know.
And guess, when you think of Noah,
Yes, I'm thinking constantly.
you think of Noah. You think of.
I think of Gilligan's Island in the minnow.
God bless you. You think of the bearded
Hey, they
Noah.
packed 7 people on that little ship and all those clothes and
Who,
shit.
who would you guess would play Noah?
Play Noah.
Yes. Yes.
An old guy. Noah was an old guy.
Wrong, comic book man.
Okay.
Wrong.
Okay, not an old guy. A young guy. Oh, I know.
Yes,
Harry
yes.
Potter. He's not doing anything right now. The Harry Potter kid.
No.
No.
Mr. Aronofsky would like none other than Russell Crowe.
Jor-El?
Yes, Jor-El.
Jor-El?
The smoking Jor-El.
The smoking
To
Jor-El.
play the title role.
My son.
It is
This month we're going to talk about cools.
in these next 3 months, we'll examine the various brands of cigarettes.
Harry Francis cigarettes.
Anyway, Russell Crowe
You have Kryptonian lungs. Indulge.
will be playing the title role in the epic film version, Noah.
Will Noah be smoking? God, I hope so.
I doubt it, because you run out of cigarettes when you're in that arc for a long time.
Okay, so they're remaking the Noah story.
Yes.
Anything
yes.
special about this remake of the Noah
Well,
story? This
it's,
remake of
it's
the Noah
being
story.
rewritten. There's a reason.
I mean, is it a contemporary update of the
no,
Noah story?
Well, there's a possible reason Russell Crowe is going to be in the film.
Yes.
Because the same screenwriter who wrote Gladiator
Oh.
is writing the screenplay for Noah.
So is Noah going to be walking through the fields like this, putting his hands across the tops?
No, he's gonna make the animals fight.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting. Because that arc is just going to be a hotbed of arguments and fighting.
We're gonna find out who
He wants to get home to his children,
That's who survives.
Aronofsky also is casting.
who are down on the third level with the giraffes.
Aronofsky is also going to cast an actor who barely works in Hollywood anymore these days. He's fallen off the face of the earth. Liam Neeson.
No, Liam Neeson.
For an
Voice of God! Voice of God!
Possibly.
Voice of God.
For an as yet unnamed role.
Oh, that's got to be Voice of God. That's
Why
got to be Voice
not?
of God.
Why not?
Liam Neeson fans, stick around.
Yes.
Don't go anywhere.
We have at least 8 or 9 more stories with Liam Neeson in them.
Don't go anywhere. Seriously, don't go anywhere. We're going to get back to Liam Neeson.
So that's our first. That's the Noah story.
That's a Noah story.
We have
Second
another-
up, second
have
up.
another one.
As you travel through the Bible,
Yep.
Genesis,
Exodus.
Leviticus.
Exodus, Moses.
Yes. Supposes.
Moses
his
supposes
poses
that there's going to
are
be a
Moses.
movie coming out.
Yes, Steven
about
Spielberg,
Moses.
who is like the busiest guy right now. He had 2 movies this year. He's finished up the Lincoln film. Principal photography is done. He started his next film, which is a science fiction film. He's got another film coming after that. The next film after that is God.
4 films down the
Down the
road.
line.
Not to mention he's got like 3 TV projects.
Three
he's producing.
TV projects is Gods and Kings. is
Gods
the
and
title.
Kings.
Is-
And what, pray tell, since we've already given away what it is,
Yes.
what, pray tell, is Gods and Kings about?
The entire life story of Moses.
Oh, start to finish?
Start to finish, all the way from his birth to the wandering in the desert years and his death.
Didn't
What
we
you
get
get?
that?
Did we get from 10 Commandments?
Yeah,
Well,
didn't we get that in the Ten Commandments?
DeMille glossed over
DeMille?
the ending stuff. He kind of he did the wandering in the desert in like 2 minutes. as
Well,
you
he'd
recall.
already set us up for like 4 hours.
After 4 hours, fine,
You
trim it
better-
a little.
Better
This is
abbreviate
gonna
it.
cover.
Get to the cliff notes.
This is going to cover all that territory, and the word is, and this is from the studio.
You're going to feel like you wandered in the desert for 40 years when you walk
I
out
can
of this.
imagine that getting a little
The
redundant.
tone of this film will be less Cecil B. DeMille
Yes.
and more Braveheart, with Moses
He
portrayed
could have painted himself blue.
as one of history's great warriors.
Warriors.
Spielberg wants to shoot the film not in a Cecil B. DeMille way, but with a down-to-earth, gritty, realistic tone.
Okay.
So I think it'll be more.
Which they
Rambo.
did with Burt Lancaster in the 70s.
Yes. Yes.
Much more grittier, down-to-earth tone that this has been done before.
Yeah, but it's going to be done again without Burt Lancaster, and with Liam Neeson playing Moses. No,
So, no, Liam Neeson will be back as the voice
voice
of God.
of God. Yes. We don't know who's playing Moses yet.
Thou shalt not kill.
So if Steven Spielberg survives, lives long enough to make this, we'll be seeing gods and generals and monsters and kings.
Okay.
Whatever it's called.
Okay.
We're done with the Bible.
We're
now.
done with the Bible, and now we're going to move into an area which we have talked about many times before with great zest.
Yes.
Here on Media News.
And zeal.
And then, of course, is game adaptations into movies.
Board
you
game
take you
adaptations.
take a board game and you make a movie out of it.
Yes.
And of course, one of our favorites in this genre is Candyland.
Candyland.
And we have an update for you on Candyland.
Didn't we all play Candyland as a kid?
Yes, we
Didn't
did.
we all do that?
Sure
Well,
we did.
let me preface this story, Comic Book Man, because there's something I didn't put in our little cliff notes here. Universal Pictures were the ones that had sort of amassed all these game adaptions,
Yes.
Risk and Candyland and Battleship.
And the studio head behind all that just got his ass fired because somebody said, "What a stupid ass idea!"
leading to Universal letting all those properties go.
Aww.
They have flushed all those properties, but
Fire-breathing potential on every one of them.
exactly, but the potential is still there because the moment Universal let those projects go, other studios came in and started plucking at them like vultures to the corpse. And one of those is Sony Pictures, and they picked up the rights to Candyland as a star vehicle.
For who?
Adam Sandler.
Sure.
Adam
Why
Sandler.
not?
With
Why
a,
not?
With a screenplay. Now you may rein this in, Comic Book Man.
Why
A
not?
screenplay by Robert Smigel.
Really?
Yes, screenplay
Robert
by Robert
Smigel. Really?
That's the Insult Comic Dog,
Yes, the
right?
comic, the Insult Comic Dog. He also wrote "You Don't Mess with the Zohan," which was a lousy Adam Sandler movie. So there's give and take with Smigel, but With Smigel attached, it has the opportunity to be something a little bit better than a lousy Adam Sandler movie called Candyland.
Well, it might actually have a sense of humor and a sense of irony about itself.
Something that Adam Sandler has never had.
If you're going to throw away money on making a Candyland movie, it better have something else in it besides, let's do a Candyland movie.
Well, my thing is, how do you shoehorn Adam Sandler into the concept of Candyland?
Well, I'm assuming if you're going to do a Candyland movie, it's essentially going to be, if not a kid's film, a family film.
Okay.
And I know from personal experience that the Disney Channel right now, you don't know this, but the Disney Channel right now is pushing some Adam Sandler film that was out like 2 years ago. They're running commercials for it in heavy rotation. I can't tell you what it is.
Oh, with the gumballs and the wishing, right? The kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Man,
Whatever that thing
yeah.
was.
I'm
I
sure-
walk through the front room and it's on, and oh, okay.
It could be that Adam Sandler is now retooling his career to be more family.
Exactly. I got a feeling Sandler is going for the family market, which is sort of like what happens
Eddie
to people
Murphy.
like Eddie Murphy.
What all comes along with their kids.
When you've mined out all the crap that you can do
It's
for
when their
adults,
kids-
you go to do
Or
the kid ghetto.
Then when they
As
have
Jeff
kids
said,
of
when they have
that
kids,
age,
they wanna start making
Sandler has
films.
kids of that age, and Eddie Murphy. has
And it
kids
looks like
of
The
that-
Rock is heading in that direction.
But I tell you, that worked
The
out for
Rock
Eddie.
is sort of, kind of, yes and no. I mean, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I
Yeah,
mean,
but that worked out for Eddie Murphy, man, in spades.
in
The
big time.
Club
Yeah, not so
movies
much
and
for The
shit.
Rock with Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, he made $1 billion on
no,
that.
but Rock is in the Journey to the Center of the Earth thing right
Yes, he
now.
Well, I think that was going to
And he's in G.I. Joe, which isn't
Well,
really,
that-
sort of, kind of, not really a family type
not,
thing.
not really.
Well, I mean, he's not a bounty hunter killing people or anything.
No.
So, I don't know.
There
Okay,
you are, Adam Sandler.
and our last story, and this is where we get back to Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Our last story up. There's a big remake. There's a big remake coming of a classic '70s film, which hasn't been remade. It hasn't been remade.
Never.
Well,
No,
they made
it's
sequels.
Ton of sequels.
Sequels.
Ton of sequels.
and talk about your diminishing returns on
And
those sequels.
diminishing return.
Yeah, with the same star.
With the same star, and that is Charles Bronson's Death Wish.
Death
It's
Wish
being
from
remade.
1974, comic book man.
Yes, 1974 for MGM.
Almost 40 years ago.
MGM, and they made like 9 sequels out
Yes,
of it.
they
or
did.
so. It was like the Freddy
Lousier
films.
And lousy. I actually never had any use for those films. That whole vigilante thing
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I didn't either. The best. You want to know the very best scene? If you've never seen Death Wish, there's one scene you need to see. First movie. I think it's before all the family murders.
carnage occurs.
Before the Punisher story kicks in.
Yes, he was the Punisher before.
Yes,
there
he was. Where did they get the idea for Punisher? Watch Death Wish.
He was the original boy. That was it.
But there's a scene in that Charles Bronson plays an architect. Yes, I know. Charles Bronson plays an architect in that movie, and he's got a scene where he walks into a meeting room with architectural plans rolled up in a big poster ball, and he lays them on a table, and he starts talking about the load stress ratios on the building.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
great. That is the only thing worth seeing in that, but that is a great
That,
scene.
my friend, is some acting right there.
My favorite was when they spray paint his daughter's butt.
Yeah.
That's my
It's
favorite.
one of those. It's an insufferable movie because it wants to push the audience's buttons in
Yeah.
the worst possible way,
Yeah.
and I hate it every minute. But anyway, it's coming back
Oh, thank God.
because as all things do, they come back in Hollywood.
Who's directing it?
Joe Carnahan, who has
Now, what else has Joe Carnahan done?
Joe Carnahan last year gave us a lousy adaptation of the A-Team.
Yes.
This
Which
year,
is in heavy rotation on HBO right now.
Yes,
as
it
we
is.
speak.
Thank God for that. And he also has the #1 film at the box office this past week.
Right now.
The Gray.
The Gray. Now, what do those two films have in common besides having the same director?
They have the same star,
Who is?
Liam Neeson.
And there you go, our 3 degrees of separation.
Which-
So, Liam Neeson plays Hannibal in the A-Team. Liam Neeson is the star of The Gray, and they're remaking Death Wish, which
It's
needs
very possible. Nobody's been
star.
cast yet, and since Carnahan and Neeson have a history of working together,
My money's on Liam.
could be Liam.
What
and
is he
Liam,
doing a sequel to Taken?
Liam
Which
is
is the
doing a
same
sequel to
revenge
Taken.
fan.
He is Action Boy these days.
He's an action boy.
He's Action Boy. So, could be, and he would be much more believable as an architect than Mr. Bronson was.
Yes, he would be much more believable as an architect. And he's a much better actor than to do
It's-
crap
it's
like
kinda
that
like-
or the A-Team.
John Goodman playing a ballet artist.
Or The Rock playing the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
You guys are messing with Charles Bronson.
That's it. We're done. We're finished out of here. We're not going to mess with Charles Bronson
No,
anymore.
we
Done.
don't.
You go to the store's website and check out all the media news.
Media news.
That post doesn't mean I post up there. Where's the store's website at?
It's media news.
Bap.
Charles Bronson.
He does. I know where the
Charles
media
Bronson
news is.
knows.
Hey, maybe if I'm the only one who knows this, maybe it's time for a raise. www.myalternaterally.com. So what's that worth?
So go to the store's website. Check out all the media news that Bo sends me that I post up there. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And this is JR saying the one good Charles Bronson movie is Once Upon a Time in the West. Saying, bye!
Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.